Hey, my jujubes, welcome back to the channel. How are you guys doing today? Today is, what's today? Wednesday. So glad to be here. So today I just have shrimp and 4 cheese ravioli with some garlic bread that I kind of burned. I'm mad because I really wanted it to be real good. Oh, it don't taste burnt. If you are new here, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. It would make me so excited. So we're going to continue to talk about ethic 4. It's only a little bit left in ethic 4, and if I'm not mistaken, yesterday I talked about them him reading her book, Nanny having a thing for Bella having a thing for Henny. And so them all, Bella having a crush on, his name is Hendrix, and Alani and Ethic trying to figure out how their love union is going to work. But the date that they're on, they're having a good time. It's light, it's airy. They learning each other. And I feel like I left off with them, her doing yoga that next morning. And I can't remember, y'all, and I didn't even watch my video from yesterday. That's bad. But I feel like that's where I left off at. With Alani and Ethic at the date, Bella having a thing for Henny. And him telling her about her book and that it's really good. She feels like it's too personal to discuss. But he feels like that's you, that's us, that's our story. And if you want to share it with people, then I think you should. She was like, I don't know. She was like, my professor thinks that I should send it over so that, the publishers can read it. And then he was like, go ahead. It's okay. And I think she felt like him giving her the okay allows her to be able to go ahead and let it go. And so they get ready to leave from their trip. And Alani is like most women. She stays inside of her head. If the love thing that they have is not supposed to be, if it's supposed to work out, she finds every reason in her mind to make it not work out. Or why it couldn't work out, or why it could fail. So they go home. The only way going home. And he was going to drop her off. And she was saying, like, I know I said that we should take things slow, as far as rekindling, date each other, get to know each other, so to speak. She was like, but I just don't. It makes me feel some type of way to think that we about to go to my house and you about to pack the kids up and then you about to go home. And he's like, well, I'm taking it at your pace. I don't want you to be uncomfortable. And I don't want to rush you into something that you really don't want to do. So, go to the next chapter. And it's Morgan. This is the part that I was saying. She was in the dance studio. And they was trying to rehearse. Her and Aria were trying to rehearse for, just do their regular rehearsal for Stiletto Game. And Aria like, what's up, Morgan? Like, you're not even here. And she's like, I'm sorry. She was like, I can't do this. And she like breaks down. And Aria's like, what can I do? Who can I call? And she's like, call Ethic. I need Ethic. So I think maybe Morgan didn't have her own phone. Excuse me. So she went to call him, but for whatever reason she didn't. And she said that they were the only two that felt Raven's death. He understood her pain was his. They had shared the devastation for years, and Morgan loved him for feeling himself deeply with her. She loved Ethic with her soul. He was her sister's love. From the very first time Morgan had set eyes on Ethic, she loved him. She wanted a man just like him because she had watched him love her sister, and Messiah was supposed to be him, but of course he turned out not to be him. And so, and she said, do you want, Aria asked her, like, do you want me to call Ethic for you? And she said, no, I just need to get out of here. She said, forget this, forget all of this. She said, and Aria said, Mo, like, what's going on? Like, how can I help you? And she said, you make sure that Messiah knows that everything is all messed up because of him and that this is all his fault. So now we go on a car ride home for Ethic and Alani. And she basically was telling him, you're so patient with me after all of the stuff that I put you through, all of the extra dramatics that I took you through. You just so patient with me. You just stayed, even though you could have left. So I think she asked him, like, what if we forcing something that's not supposed to be? And he basically told her, like, it's cool. I'm going to make sure that we work this time. I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that we make it. And she's like, but what if it doesn't? He like, there is no what if it doesn't. So he said, I'll take whatever you giving me, love, resentment, whatever the case may be. And then she says, when she said it's crazy that it hurts her that they about to pull up to her house and pack the kids up, that's just too much for her. And he said, I thought this is what you wanted, dating, a little distance, pace things out so we can get to know each other. And she said, I know you, Ethic. He said, taking stuff slow didn't mean we was stopping. He said he wasn't with the dating stuff for her because he wasn't like, girl, I already know you inside and out. I'm trying to take you home, have babies, build a household, and you talking about dating. But after he saw the lightness of the day, the lightness of the trip, it's like, oh, maybe I can, because we never actually got a chance to experience this. He said, I want to get it right with you first, but let's just see it through. Let's allow Nair to get us through this, because as much as you try to hide it, I can still see that you hate the hate inside of you. And she's like, I don't hate you. And I hate that you even think that. So, to go in, walk up the stairs, unlock the door. And he beat her to the front door. And he like, you coming? She like, yeah. So she gives him her key to unlock the door. And she like, he tried to give it back. And she like, no, you keep it. And she told him like, I want you to have access to me whenever you want to have access to me. She was like, if you wake up in the middle of the night and you feel like Mr. Grown-Up time, you pull up on me. She was like, if you feeling like you want to have dinner, how grown-ups have dinner, you pull up on me. She said, if you wake up and you ready attention, pull up on me. You got to worry about right now. What's that? What about right now? Can I take you upstairs right now? And she's like, as much as I would love to, I got some kids that I miss. And so she called him, hey guys, we're home. They all say hi. And so Alani like, Nanny like, girl, you can go with them. Like, you can go on back home with them. And she's like, do you think we can really do this? And he like, yeah. And so he like, just come on home with me, baby. Like, just make my house a home. Please just come on. So she's like, okay, well, I guess I'll see you tomorrow. You know. And Nanny is like, get on out of here. Like, go on. You be killing me trying to act all hard. Like, that ain't your man. And ain't the house you want to be at. And just go head on. So, then it goes to Morgan. So she's in the car. She's listening to some music. And she's like, of course, she's sad. Okay. And she's like, sad. And I can't even think of the song that's playing on. I skipped this part, just so y'all know. With the reread, because I've read the Ethics series too many times to count. And I skip this. Every time I reread this series, I for real skip this. So, she was inside of the car, inside of the garage, and she had the music in her ears. And she had, I don't even know what song this is, but the words say, I had high hopes for us, baby. Like I was on dope for us, baby. Chasing after a high that I'll never get back again. So she closed her eyes. And Messiah had hurt her. It was an overwhelming and unending feeling. She had felt it before when her father had died. Then again when her mother had died. And then Raven. Why did this feel like death? Messiah's betrayal had felt a lot like death. So she basically tried to take herself out the game. Okay. She had herself locked in the garage inside of the car with like, she made like a death chamber basically with the oxygen thing, the fumes from the exhaust backed inside the cabin of the car. She was breathing it in. She did the research for it. So it was the least painful way to go. And that's what she did. Okay. I don't even know if I want to keep reading about it because I get emotional. Like, I don't know what is going to happen, but she kind of had like an in and out of consciousness where she was talking to Raven, and in out of consciousness where she was talking to her mom. And Raven was telling her, you gotta wake up, Mo. Don't you dare give up. Fight, Morgan. And she said, I can't, Ray, I can't fight. She said, get up, Morgan. Wake up. But that wasn't her talking. That was Alani. Ethic. So when they all pulled up to the house, they noticed that she was in the garage. And by the time they got there, she was unconscious. And Bella's crying, Alani's screaming, Ethics screaming like, no, Morgan, please, please don't do this to me. Please, Mo, please don't do this to me. So Alani gets out of the car. They drag her out of the car. She's not breathing. They trying to do CPR. And Alani's like, I'll get her. Just call 911. So she's doing compressions on her. She's doing the compressions. They call the ambulance. The ambulance come. The ambulance like try to tell Alani like, get off. I got her. And she like, no, I'm not. Because of course she can feel Ethic distraught like he is because he feels like his daughter's about to die or is already dead. And so she's doing compression. They like, just work around. She like, just work around me because I'm not stopping. Because she felt like that it was up to her to make sure that Morgan was going to be okay. Because the look that Ethic gave her, the look of defeat from the strongest man she's ever met, she felt like she had to give it her all. So she stayed on Morgan, trying to pump, do the CPR to try to make sure that she was going to make it. And they go to the hospital in the ambulance. And so she tell Ethic, like, take the kids to Nanny and just meet me at the hospital. So he's panicking. Bella's panicking. It's just a whole catastrophe. He like, I can't do this. Not again. I done already lost Raven. And I ain't gonna make it if I have to do this again. And so Bella asked what was going on, and that's when Ethic said, we got to take her to the hospital, B, because she hurt herself. And Bella hugged him because she said, he said, I'm going to take y'all back to Nanny's. And she said, you can take Easy back, but I'm coming with you. And he said, she's my sister. So Bella told him, she had told Ethic, like, it's going to be okay, Daddy. She's strong. You taught us to be strong. It doesn't always have to be you. I'm going to stop reading because I think I'm going to start crying. I am such an empath. But, so when they got to the hospital, they, when he got to the hospital, Ethic asked, where is she? And Alani said, she's alive, Ethic. She's breathing. They're giving her hyperbaric oxygen therapy to remove the carbon monoxide from her body. No one knows how long she was in there, though, Ethic. There could be brain damage, she whispered. And Ethic collapsed into her, sobbing, of course, feeling so broken that she was feeling so broken because he was so broken. His children had been through so much, and he had been through so much. It was just one thing after another. So Bella said, should we pray? I mean, if it's that bad, we should pray, right? And so she said, the soul God gave you is miraculous. So she said, God, it's me, Bella, but you probably already know that. I'm a little nervous or scared or both. She said, my sister needs you. My whole family needs you. I know you save people because I prayed for you to save Alani, and you did. I prayed for you to save my daddy, and he's still here too. Then I prayed that they would love one another, and now they do. I just have one more favor, God. Please heal Mo. Please don't let her die. Whatever the doctors are saying might be wrong with her. Take it away. Protect our family. We have a lot of hard days. Can you make some of them easier, please? We need each other, and we just got Alani. You can't take Mo. We just want to be complete. I need everyone to be safe. Amen. So, he looked in the window at her and said, God, please not again. And to be continued. Okay, so that's the end of Ethic 4. So I know I said the Ethic 2 might be heavy, but as I was reading Ethic 4, I feel like Ethic 4 is heavy too. It amazes me every time I read these books, the way that she expresses how these characters feel. I feel like every time I read these books, I feel like I'm right there with them. I feel like I'm on the pages with them. I feel like I'm in that very scene with them. So I become emotional with them. I'm happy with them. I really have made myself become a part of Ethic Land, so much so that I feel like I'm a part of the world with them. Like I feel like in Ethic Land, I'm in the book with them. If they in Flint, Michigan, if they get Taco Tuesdays at Blue House, I feel like I'm sitting at the table with them on Taco Tuesdays at Blue's house. That's how deep the writing is for this book. But one of my jujubes asked me what is like something that I take from Ethic or something that I learned. And because this was a shorter video, I'm going to go ahead and do that. But one of the things that I have learned from Ethic is that you have to love yourself first. You cannot give anything to anybody if you don't have anything yourself. If you have a cup and you don't have an overflow on the saucer that's holding your cup up, then you don't have anything to give anybody else. So if you are in a situation, if your life is full, if your plate or your cup is full and you got overflow, stuff that can run over, then you have something to give someone. But if you empty, you cannot pour from an empty cup. You have to be able to fill you up first before you try to fill somebody else up, or before you require for somebody else to fill you up, because then it's null and void. So that's one of the things that Ethic has taught me, is how to learn to love me first. And to be able to look at forgiveness in a way that is not for the other person, but it's for me. It's for me to have a peace of mind. It's for me to be able to move on with my life. Not necessarily saying that I have to rekindle whatever relationship that was broken, but I have to forgive that person in order for my life to be successful, in order for me to prosper in the things that I desire to do after that situation. So I did learn that too, that forgiveness is for me, it's not for the other person. But I also learned that love is just that. It's not what you say, but it's what you do. It's the actions that you show. It's the passion behind the words and what you do to show the person that you love them. So it's not about what you say. It's all about what you do. And I also learned that it doesn't have any boundaries. Like love doesn't have any boundaries. There's no end cap. There's nothing to say, oh, I've given you this much love. I'm capped out. I don't have any more to give. It made me look at love in that way, that it's an endless amount of love to give. Ethic series to me has allowed me to look at each and every relationship I think I've encountered since I've started reading it, and even the ones before. But I know at the beginning of one of the books, she always say, never love yourself more than you love, never love a man more than you love yourself. And don't take anything less than perfection from someone. I'm paraphrasing. I know that's not the exact words, but this Ethic series is very, it's very, very, very intriguing. It's passionate. Like I can feel the words on the pages with this series. Like I've read thousands of books in my lifetime, and some I have read, they carry a lot of passion as well. But this Ethic series to me is my favorite, like I've said plenty of times. But there are so many life lessons inside of this Ethic series that it's like you can always go back. No matter how many times I reread the series, I always find something that I missed from the last time I read it. You know, and I think that's one of the reasons, because it seems so realistic in some of the situations. And that's one of the reasons why I love Messiah so much, because he reminds me of the everyday Black man, you know, the struggles that they have being men, trying to be hard in a world that requires them to be overly hard, trying to be, you know, deal with issues from their past that they may not want anybody to know about, learning how to love when you've never been taught, you know, trying to figure out how to navigate his way through life when he just was thrown to the wolves. Like he reminds me of the everyday man. But the love that he was able to show Morgan, and she was able to pull out of him, to me was intense. Um, so I love this series. There's 2 more books left in the Ethics series itself. And then there's also The Invitation and Christmas with the Okafers. So I'm probably going to do those as well because I have all the books on my Kindle, but I just don't have them all in paperback right now. I have Moth to a Flame, Ethic 1 through 5. I have to get 6 and Christmas with the Okafers. The Invitation is only on Kindle. But if you have not read this series, please, please, please go and give it a shot because it is a really good series. It really is. And I'm already an emotional person. So it takes nothing for me to cry because I can feel. And even though these characters are fictional, baby, I feel them like they real life, okay? And so there's 2 more books, like I said, in the series. I will start Ethic 5 tomorrow. So just make sure you meet me back here tomorrow. If you are new to the channel, though, please don't forget to like and share and comment to let me know that you're watching. Also, please share this video with anybody and everybody that you know. I would be so excited if you did. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I will see you guys at the same place, maybe not the same time. Bye, my jujubes.